There is a phrase many men say without even thinking, and it's the phrase, I'm fine. But what happens if I'm fine is actually not strength? What if I'm fine actually borders pride? Men today are taught to carry everything themselves, the pressure, the responsibility, the stress of life. And what actually happens when life gets heavy? Men, we don't say anything, but the Bible actually warns that this kind of mindset can isolate us not only from the people around us, but actually from God too. And if that's true, then something many men think is strength might actually be the very thing that destroys them. Welcome to the I Am Man YouTube channel. This channel exists for one reason, and it's to speak honestly about the struggles men face. It is to bring those struggles back to what the Bible actually teaches. A lot of men feel lost today, and the pressure to be strong, but they have nowhere to talk about what's really happening inside. So on this channel, we talk about things men deal with quietly: the pressure, the purpose, the loneliness, the leadership, the faith, even pride. And most importantly, how God actually meets men in those struggles. So if that is something you resonate with, you are in the right place. A lot of men carry things alone: the pressure to work, financial stress, problems in the marriage, even questions about their faith. But instead of opening up, we say things like, I'll try to figure it out. Don't you worry. It's not your problem. It's my problem. And deep down, many men believe something very, very dangerous. And it's the idea or the premise that if I can't handle these things on my own, then I am failing as a man. So what do? We stay silent, we isolate, and we carry the weight alone. So what starts off as strength slowly becomes something else, and that's pride. But here's the question most men never stop to ask: what if refusing help isn't strength at all? What if it is actually the one most dangerous trap a man can fall into? There is a powerful moment in the Bible where the Apostle Peter writes to the believers who were under immense pressure. In fact, many were suffering. They felt so overwhelmed. And Peter gives them a warning and a solution. But before he gives them the solution, he identifies the real problem, and that is pride. So in 1 Peter 5, verse 5, it reads, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. That verse is so shocking when you actually really think about it. It says that God doesn't simply just dislike pride, it opposes it, because pride places us in the opposition to God, because pride says something very simple: I can handle this on my own. Or things like, I don't need help. I don't need anyone. And indirectly, it sometimes even means, I don't need God. Now, most men will never say that out loud, but many men live that way. They carry the stress, they carry the weight, they carry fear, they carry pressure, and they never bring those things to God. And it's not because they don't believe in him, but it's because pride whispers something very subtle. Here's the part many people miss: pride isn't always loud. Sometimes pride sounds humble. I don't want to bother anyone. I think they've got more problems than what I have. Other people have bigger problems. And that quiet pride slowly isolates a man from everyone around him that wants to help. And if you continue to read further in 1 Peter 5, verse 6, it says, humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Humility simply means seeing ourselves honestly. It is recognizing something every man eventually has to learn. You were never meant to carry life alone. In all honesty, humility isn't weakness. Humility is actually honesty, and it's the ability to say, I need help, I need wisdom, and most of all, I need you, God. But Peter doesn't stop there. If you continue to read in verse 7, it says that you need to cast all of your anxiety on him because he cares for you. The word cast, it literally means to throw something onto someone else. So imagine, if you would, it is the image of handing over a heavy burden that you're carrying and you saying, God, take it. Many men pray, but they never truly surrender. They ask God for help while they're still carrying this heavy burden themselves. But Peter says something different. He says, give it to God. Not just a little bit, not just some of it, all of it. The pressure, the stress, the burden, everything that keeps you down, like fear, worry, money, the uncertainty, give it to God. Let's use a story. Imagine a guy named David. David wakes up, he works hard, and he goes and he provides for his family. He takes his responsibility as a man very serious. But inside of him, he is mentally and physically and emotionally exhausted. The pressure keeps building. His marriage feels distant, and he worries constantly about money. Every single time someone asks him, how are you doing? Well, that famous answer always comes up. I'm good. I'm good. I'm fine. Busy, busy, busy. Isn't that what we all do? Everything is under control is our response to the question, how are you doing? But slowly inside, the pressure builds until one day he realizes something painful. He's surrounded by people that just wants to take care of him, yet he feels completely alone. And it's not because he doesn't care. It's because pride takes over. Pride does not allow people in. So how many men fight this kind of pride? Most of us, in fact. So how do we overcome this problem with pride? First, you need to be honest when you're not okay. Strength doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. In fact, it is the moment you open up and you become honest about what are you carrying. And second, when you come into prayer before God, the Almighty One that knows everything, take time in prayer and literally name the things that weigh you down. Everything. I'm talking about your fears, your stress, your worries, your anxiety. If you've got financial problems, give it to God. If you're struggling with something personally, tell God about it. And intentionally give it to Him. Take those burdens and throw it onto Him. And thirdly, allow other people to speak into your life. Pride literally resists correction, and humility welcomes wisdom. And every man needs voices in his life who can guide and build and challenge him. Pride literally isolates a man, but humility reconnects him to God, the truth, and to the people around him that can help him and carry him through these problems. So take a moment and ask yourself this question and be honest. What are you carrying right now that you've convinced yourself you have to carry alone? Maybe it's stress, maybe it's the fear, maybe it's everything we just spoke about. Maybe there's something that you feel no one would understand. Maybe it's something you've never told anyone right now. I want you to bring that to God, because the same God who opposes pride also gives grace to those who come to Him honestly. And His grace is always greater than the weight you are carrying. What do you think is the one burden men carry today silently that no one talks about? I want you to be open and honest about it. I want you to take the time to honestly just connect with yourself and ask yourself, what can I let go of today? So today, take that leap of faith and say, I need help. Speak to a friend, speak to God, and open yourself up for people to come and help you in your life. Just take that step, and I guarantee that even just one mention of a problem to God, to someone, will take a burden so heavy and give you the ability to live freely. And if this resonates with you, I would like you just to take a moment and just share it with someone. Share it with someone that needs help, because that is exactly why this channel was created. It was created for the man that feels burdened, that feels heavy, and does not know a way out. And if I can ask you, please just help me grow this channel and reach more people out there by hitting the subscribe and like button. This way, we can grow this channel to reach more people, especially men out there that are struggling to know who they are.